Holy baloney, Batman, they actually did it. They actually released the Snyder Cut. To make it simple, the Snyder Cut not only exists, but we've all actually seen it now. You can watch it on HBO Max. That is... wow. And the even crazier part about it is that I actually liked it a lot. Now, it's not the best thing since sliced butter, but it is impressive. I will say, WB not wanting to continue this storyline is kind of baffling to me, but I'm not going to lose sleep over it. At the end of the day, I'm just thankful we live in a timeline where the Snyder Cut was able to see the light of day. Now, this isn't a video that's going to explain to you basically what the Snyder Cut is, so if you don't know what the Snyder Cut is, then probably just go Google what Snyder Cut means or whatever. And yeah, come back to this video after you watch the 4-hour movie. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. These are my thoughts. Spoilers. So after the death of Superman and BVS, Bruce Wayne attempts to form a team of heroes against the upcoming threat of Steppenwolf and Darkseid. And within a 4-hour epic, there's a lot of CGI battle sequences, God and Amazons fighting together, Atlantis before James Wan made it cool, humor before Shazam, sesame seeds, hot dog buns, mom spaghetti, wait, that's the 8 Mile review script. Oh, it's slow-mo. So much slow-mo that it's around like, I think it's like, what, 40 minutes of it? That seems about right. Comic book movies do have their critiques here and there, so hey, Zack, maybe you could have toned down the, just the slow-mo just a bit. I understand, hey, you got a vision, you want to, stay with it. This one you could have cut, just a little bit. There is a lot to criticize about this movie if I'm just being straight up with you, but I just want to get these points out of the way because I do want to talk about how much I really loved this movie. Almost, I really liked it. So let's just go ahead, get these small things out of the way. So yeah, aside from not recasting Amber Heard into my future wife Emilia Clarke and getting rid of her accent,
let the bastard come. I'll stab this through his heart for what he did Arthur.
Your half-brother, King Orm, is about to declare war upon the surface world. Billions will die.
Taking down some of the slow-mo and cutting the ridiculous singing moment, I actually really enjoyed this movie a lot. I don't personally mind the aspect ratio, but I wish a separate cropped version was released. Now, I do have a TV that lets me crop the image, and I did watch it like that on my second viewing. Nothing I want to complain about hard there, just a small critique. I'm surprised to see the movie having an R rating, but I will admit it does fit its tone. This doesn't exactly seem like a movie I'd want to watch as a kid, but for what this is exactly, it felt justified for the most part.
And make no mistake, I will fucking kill you.
I said mostly, and trust me, we're gonna get to that later. Now, I'm conflicted whether or not the excessive use of CGI blood was necessary. Maybe the only reason I feel iffy is because I know it's CGI and it doesn't look bad. But comparing shots to the Justice League shows that there is a lot of CGI blood added. And speaking of CGI, we no longer have that god-awful CGI removal mustache from Henry Cavill. Ugh. That was a really embarrassing thing. I mean, just look at this. Some people have nightmares about the boogeyman or being in an embarrassing situation. I have nightmares where I wake up and see this. On one note, I'm like, oh my god, Henry Cavill, whoa, what are you doing in my bedroom? And on the other, I'm thinking, okay, I need a young priest and an old priest. I do really like seeing more of Ray Fisher as Cyborg here. He seems like he really had the time of his life whenever he was working with Zack and his team, and just seems very thankful that this cut is out for us all to see. I definitely want more Cyborg moving forward and hope he returns. We do get some more of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and she's... wow, those dudes are definitely dead. I'd say she's near the bottom of characters I enjoyed seeing in the team lineup, but that doesn't mean bad. I really love her as this character, and I hope Wonder Woman 3 is good. Aquaman is better developed here, but not by much. Most of his character feels set up in his own movie, but in my opinion, The Flash had the most improvement, aside from Cyborg. But thankfully, he isn't given that terrible brunch lines that we were given in the Justice cut. I do love his introduction scene, as it's the #1 scene that justifies slow-mo in this movie. It just looks God, that's beautiful. Okay, Barry, maybe don't touch your face like that. Barry, come. Okay. I'm definitely ready to see more of the Flash moving forward. Ben Affleck is still doing his thing as one of the best Batmen to ever grace the screen, and while I love Henry Cavill as Superman, I just want him to talk more. Apparently, Spider-Man in Civil War says more lines of dialogue than Superman does in Batman v Superman, the theatrical cut. His own movie. Yeah, more Superman, please. I do think Steppenwolf is way better here, and I mean way better. I wasn't interested in his design at first because of the way it looked in the trailer, but after seeing it in motion, I totally dig it. He's not super compelling, but I didn't hate him. His motivation of trying to get back into the good graces of Darkseid was good enough for me to not hate his scenes or feel even bored during the second viewing. I also like the teaser of Darkseid here and would love to see more, but probably won't happen, unfortunately. Oh yeah, and speaking of villains, I said I'd get back to this. So I don't hate this Joker. I see a lot of potential. I just don't think anyone knows how to use him whatsoever. I do like him here more than in Suicide Squad, but I just wish he wasn't so... whatever this is. Again, I won't call it terrible, but I wish someone who knew how to write for this character properly would take the reins over any scene that requires him to have dialogue. Another thing that I wanted to cover real quick just before, I go on, in the final act of the movie, my favorite part of this entire thing is obviously the Flash turning back time to help save everyone. That's just straight up. I don't think I was supposed to get chills like that, but I just really love that scene, and yeah, it's definitely the MVP for me. At the end of the day, I think I'd say that I ended up loving Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's a movie I was always curious about, and I'm thankful that we got. I didn't really love Man of Steel or Batman v Superman, so this is a real surprise to me. I'm glad that we're closing this chapter for now and expanding into other sorts of adaptations that don't nail us down to one universe. The multiverse seems like a way better approach here, and I think it's wise to play it this way. I'd give this a nice B+. I really enjoyed this, and I'll definitely be rewatching this in the future. Alright, so I'm going to be working on my WandaVision video. If you like this, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Sorry about the small break. I thought I was back, and then I took another break again. But yeah, thanks for checking out the video. A-Man out.